like,
All right.
yeah, it's like, wow, what a thrill. Oh,
Part of the problem is that hockey
barrel.
players are inherently boring, and the schedule makes it hard to do cool things.
what's next? You know, like their aloe sponsorships and kale smoothies. Like, holy crap, boys. Anyways.
Blenders.
I do think you get a much better sense, though, for the people that you're watching, and that's the point, right? It's like when you're watching
Sure.
Full Swing or F1, you get an idea for these.
But the problem is, they all want to be the F1. F1 one was so great because it's fast cars,
But
like
it's egos. and
hunky
money.
dudes, and like exotic locations. And then they're like, how about white guys in Florida playing golf? And everybody's like,
Humble
well,
white guys.
this is not quite as good. Why is this not as enjoyable as the F1 one?
Yeah.
But
We
anyways,
did get a little bit of insight on Sheldon and Kyle and the way things kind of got.
but that was a
Run.
different, wasn't that a different one? Was
I
that
don't know.
still
They did
Amazon?
just a
Is
Leaf
that
series
HBO?
called All or Nothing. No,
Was
it's
it Amazon?
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Amazon.
But
yeah,
it
yeah.
was Leafs only
We're
series.
getting killed in the narrative. Because Matthew said we need to open it up, remember? And then he was like pissed off about that.
Yeah.
God.
But see, there's usually something you can grab onto and be like, oh, now I have a better idea how these guys think or feel. I'm going to watch it for
Never
sure.
finished that one.
But-
How did it end?
Ooh, same as the other ones.
Pretty
Sometimes,
predictable ending.
sometimes you don't want to open up the curtains because you see the
Wizard
wizard.
of Oz there.
You see the
yeah.
wizard and he's about 5'6",
Yeah.
and you just want to kind of cuff him in the head.
I say this all the time. That was like my biggest, most eye-opening thing when I video coach, and then you get to be with the Leafs and the organization. You learn a bunch of just people making decisions. There is no secret
And sometimes
sauce or
bad ones.
formula, and just guys being like, "What do you think?" I don't know. What do you think? We're all ever just kind of doing their best everywhere you go.
Tex,
Tex.
Mike and Barry. I hope when the regular season starts, there will be less money talk. Enough already.
Totally.
Go Jays, go.
Totally. I actually had this conversation online with some people who are like, it stinks as a hockey fan that you have to know about the salary cap and state taxes and waivers and, can we just talk about hockey and the players and which players your team wants and not like, oh,
That's why
goodness,
That's why it's
Tetris
the
puzzle.
best in playoffs when we
Yes.
talk about it because it's
Money
just
never
it
comes
doesn't
up.
matter
Yeah.
except for when the Panthers cheat. But other than that, it doesn't come out.
Everything's relative to ultimately what you see on the ice. So how do you not have that conversation?
I know we
It
have
goes
to because
back.
it's relevant.
So here we are, Connor McDavid, and the future of him in Edmonton. And it's all based on money. So how do you not have that conversation? How do you avoid it? Impossible.
No, it's a massive part of why player movement occurs in the NHL. So if you want to know in advance where people are going and when, we told you weeks ago David Camp was going to be on waivers.
Like, good comment.
Because of money.
But unrealistic.
No, but I do get it. I wish
get
there was
it
a way
too.
to talk about it less.
I do get it.
But if you want to
Get
know
rid of the
about the
salary
league,
cap. We're good. No
Well,
salary cap.
I
then
do
you're
think
good.
as the cap gets higher, it'll be less important to worry about
Like,
the.
I couldn't tell you what one Toronto Blue Jay makes.
God, that's great.
Actually, I
don't
could. George Springer makes $25 million.
Yeah,
And Vladdy
like,
makes
like the
$500
big
million.
contracts,
But,
sure.
like-
But outside of that, it's like
Gun in my head. What does Ernie Clement make? No idea.
$650,000.
No idea.
16 million.
Varsho,
No idea.
Varsho could make $100 million or $5 million. I'd have no idea. And I watch the team every single day.
So true.
And nobody's hating anybody because of it.
Well, Vladdy has a bad series against the Yanks, but people might be hating.
But
because
you're
of
right.
that.
Like Marner
Okay,
here
one guy.
and
Yeah,
Willie,
one guy.
it was
Yeah.
all money based. Tavares.
But it's not putting pressure on the organization. It's not putting pressure on the product.
No.
No, right.
And that's the biggest difference.
Cole from Toronto here. How do players feel when their coach is in year 2 of their tenure versus year 1? More comfortable? Don't have to prove themselves as much? Question marks about this.
So let's use Nick Robertson as an example after a year with Craig Berube. Okay, like
Yeah,
worse.
it's tough to change
Worse.
your lot.
It all depends on your relationship with this guy and how much he likes you or trusts you or all of it. It's just after a year, am I better or worse in this relationship?
Now, I'll say I was a guy that coaches liked. I listened and I knew our systems and I tried hard, by and large. So the more I had a coach, the better it went. College, junior, the more I had a coach, the better it went. There are some guys who do not listen and do not know the systems and don't stick to the structure. And the longer you're with that coach, the more frustrated they get. And you can see guys wear on coaches over time. So it depends.
Michelli in Utah, right? it's Tourney, right? The head coach
Yeah.
there. Yeah, they had a horrible relationship.
Is that right?
Yes, horrible. And they went at it a few times, and it's like next thing you know, he's a healthy scratch for over 30 games.
I
so-
liked Michelli, by the way, last night. He made some
Yeah,
plays.
and
Such a slow golfer. He's like, you got to go.
Patrick
Michelli, there's some people that believe that he didn't get a fair shake there either, and he's better than what the coach thought. Toronto now, you got Nick Robertson, who Berube cannot find him a place to play over a year now.
It's crazy.
So-
it's crazy, Robert.
That's where the frustration lies with relationships that you have with a coach, and sometimes it just gets worse, right? The hole gets bigger for a player to dig out of, and there's no question that Robertson would love a fresh change. Michelli's got one, so
It makes a huge difference. Fresh start for those guys.
All the talk about the new Riley. Same as ever. No compete in front of the net and poor decisions on when to pinch. Way too many 2-on-1s in the game win.
yeah. I think in the last game we saw 3. I think in the second period, if I'm not mistaken, and
Now that
I think
Marner's gone.
he gets caught a couple times. Yeah,
Whipping boys.
that's a fair observation.
God, I would love for Morgan Riley one year to have a $10 million D-man on the team who runs the power play, and he's just making 7 and, being pretty good and
Yeah.
not in the spotlight. But this year it's going to be like, you're the number 1 D.
They're pushing OEL now for offense.
I have noticed that in preseason, too.
Yes.
He's made some great plays. He's up the rink a bit more.
Yeah.
Put him on PP1.
They may. That
Do
may
it.
happen.
Just do it.
That'll definitely happen at times. If Riley struggles, they'll definitely try that.
Steve and Salmon Arm. Hi, guys.
What's up, EC?
I think you can tell the Yankees and Red Sox series was good for the Blue Jays by all the second guessing of the managerial decisions made in Game 3. Thoughts?
It's a great series. How about
Booney didn't have to make many decisions yesterday with the
just
pitching
roll
staff.
Schlitter out for 8 innings strong?
Schlittler's a tough one to say on the radio. Schlittler, back out there.
Yankees are kind of making me nervous for the
they
Jays.
should. They're massive favorites in the series against the
Love
Jays.
that.
Sam was saying.
Love that. They're
They're
minus
three-
one,
yeah.
minus
Yeah.
150.
And I think they're a lot healthier than they were last year too.
Here-
Like I know still the big man there, Judd is Judge.
Who's
Sorry,
Judd?
Judge is still being challenged, I guess, with his arm,
Yeah.
but he scares me.
Here's what you can't. Okay. Not to go full Blair and Barker because they're about to come up and give a full breakdown. But keep the ball in play against the Yankees. They'll boot it around. They always do. Don't walk anybody for their home runs so that they have 1 and 2 run home runs as opposed to grand slams and 3 run home runs. And just hope that you get some timely hitting. But you have to keep the ball in play against them because they boot it. They love to boot it. They are brutal on defense.
Yeah, they'll throw in the
Brutal.
first 3 rows.